Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. So how this all signs is going to work is we're going to take a look at some kind of choice that you have in life, whether it's about a person or whether it's about where you need to move or what kind of job you need to take. We're going to take a look at option A and we'll see what comes from that option if you were to choose it. And then we'll do the same thing with option B. Then we're going to take a look at the things that you need to consider before making that decision. So, what you need to do if you need to like pause it when you go and click on your sign to give yourself time to think about which option you have in your head, and then close your eyes and think about it, and then allow that to manifest through the video for your sun, moon, or rising sign. Okay. Also, if you want to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do that at www.violettaalexis.com. If you want something a little bit quicker, you don't want like a full blown read, and you want something even a little bit cheaper, you can do that as well at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find all of the information in the description box below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Welcome. If you guys need to quickly pause the video just to figure out what option A is for you and what option B is for you, please feel free to do that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look. If you choose option A, I don't like it. Immediately, I don't like it. King of Pentacles in reverse. It could definitely be like a lack of stability in some way, somebody not committing, even you not committing to whatever this is, whether it's a job or a person. It can definitely feel like you don't have the resources to make this happen, whether that's emotional, financial, whatever. If this is about a person specifically, this can be like, this person doesn't have it like that. This person is not commitment oriented, okay? Or there could be another person involved in this that is not as committed as you'd like them to be. So it can be definitely be a little unstable. And with that two of wands, it can represent you being like, you know what? I'm out of here. So it's like you can choose this and then you can like make another decision. So it can be that you end up actually leaving this behind, realizing that you need to break the mold, you need to break out of the box a little bit in order to get your needs met. Then we have the strength card. So yeah, it's like inevitably it's like you grasping your balls, right? It's you basically being like, all right, this is my personal truth. This is what my heart really wants. Or you guys may have to gather the strength to not choose this at the end of the day, to be honest with you. Option B is the Five of Wands in reverse. Well, this can represent passive aggressive energy. This can represent like a lack of conflict. So that can be good. It can be like no drama. It can be chill. It can feel a little bit more peaceful, right? Like, why do we need to do this? The Ace of Cups in reverse. Well, this can represent some kind of emotional drain, but it can also represent maybe being vulnerable or giving a lot of love to yourself, or because there's less drama, being able to have more energy and love to invest in yourself. So I can definitely see this allowing you the space and the time and the energy to be able to give yourself the love that you need and deserve and the attention. And then the King of Cups. So, yeah, if you're interested in masculine energy, if this is like between two people, I really like this King of Cups energy. It seems like this is somebody who is kind of that rock for you to be able to express your emotions, and also somebody who gives you the space and the time and the energy and the love in order for you to give that love back to yourself as well. So, I really like option B. Option B looks more mature and less dramatic. What you need to consider when investing in one of these energies or both, what do you think is going to give you the best return on your investment? And it's time to get serious about whatever that is. Okay. You and your loved ones are safe. Mars, well, that's really funny because Mars is in Cancer, Mars and Cancer. And that's also your ruling planet. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Really interesting. Okay. Well, this can say that, you're needing to move forward with the decision, maybe a little bit more at a speedy rate than you would like. It's saying something about some kind of loved one or loved ones in your life, saying that if you go forward with something, they'll be fine or everything will kind of work out or resolve itself. And it can also be saying making sure that you are holding up your emotional boundaries, okay? With this deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal, it can also be asking you like what's going to be the most nurturing for you when making these decisions, and making sure that you're making the decisions based around some of those considerations. Thank you so much, Aries. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book with me, you can do so at violettalexis.com. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Welcome. If you guys need to pause the video real quick to be able to figure out which option A is for you and what option B is for you, please feel free to do so. So let's go ahead and take a look at what happens if you choose option A. Nine of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. You know, it's going to take some action. It's going to be something that's kind of moving a little slow, but it seems like it's right, or you're doing it right, or somebody is doing it right. It can be something that brings some kind of financial foundation for you, that kind of lays the ground to build on something better, that leads to that point of a business owner or committed relationship, marriage, or whatever it may be. So, ooh, I like this. The Judgment. There's definitely going to be some big decisions that you'll have to make here. There's definitely going to be a lot of financial accountability, creative accountability, just accountability when it comes to making sure that you're taking action and you're doing what it is that you need to do. It seems like very responsible, something that's very stable, something very responsible. And it's going to be something that maybe also brings something back from the past to be resolved, or it's also going to ask you to, you know, step up and take a very mature, accountable approach. You know, the Judgment can be about like taking accountability, something very healing. I think it's going to be something very healing. It may be something that where you feel like very solo, where you feel like a little bit of a lone wolf, or it's just something that can be very healing for you, or that can bring up old past things around healing. Option B is the Six of Swords in reverse. This can definitely be like repeating something that you don't need to repeat, a resistance to change. If this is a person, they can be very stubborn in their thinking and the way that they resolve problems. This can represent going back to conflict, going back to an old way of manipulation, mind games. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, repetitive cycles, a cycle that you have repeated before, you know? And it's like, this can be too grandiose, too egoic, too self-righteous. And whether this is a person or whether this is like you repeating some kind of cycle in your life that doesn't need to be repeated. So this to me is just you going back to the past with whatever this is. The Five of Swords in reverse, conflict, you know, manipulation, mind games, things like that, driving yourself crazy, somebody else driving you crazy, you driving somebody else crazy. But option A looks like the better option to me. Page of Pentacles is, you know, this is what you need to consider when making this decision. I don't know why I keep stuttering. This is what you need to consider when making this decision. So the Page of Pentacles in reverse can represent, are you fooling yourself? You know, are you actually putting in a true, honest to God effort when it comes to whatever this is? Page of Pentacles in reverse can also talk about manipulation. And it can talk about missed opportunities as well. So it may be asking you, like, are you putting in a gallant effort in order to make this happen? You know, it's kind of in your hands. Or is there an opportunity that you need to kind of stop putting effort into because you're not really making any moves with that anyway? A time for healing. That's interesting with that Four of Swords. And maybe telling you option A. Gemini, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So this is like, you need to wake up, okay, is what it's basically saying. It's telling you to wake up. It's time for you to get clear-headed. It's time for you to heal your mind. It's time for you to make the decision. Gemini can be about making decisions. And it may be telling you to have a conversation with this person or with somebody that is important to you that'll help you get to the right place in your life, okay? So it's time to wake up with something is what I feel. Thanks a lot, Taurus. I hope that this helped. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. I hope that you had a really good full moon as well. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violettalexis.com. If you want to book a quick offline on the go super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettalexis. All that information can be found in the description box below. Hello, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Welcome. If you guys feel like you need to quickly pause this video just so that you can have time to think about what option A and B are, please feel free to do so. So let's go ahead and get started. If you choose option A, well, to be honest with you, it seems like it's a crash and burn, okay? It seems like something that is going to be a little bit catalytic for you, something that is going to bring a lot of chaos, turmoil, changes, aggression, even chaos and fights potentially as well with that tower. You know, you got to think that this is Mars energy. What does Mars represent? Scorpio and Aries. So it can definitely represent conflicts, having a lot of conflicts with another person, having a lot of conflicts with inside of yourself. Will it be a catalyst? Yes, but it's not going to be comfortable. The Four of Cups. So it's going to be something that may lead to some kind of disappointment. It may lead to like, this isn't what I thought it was going to be, or this is just really disappointing. It can also lead to a lack of gratitude. So it may end up pushing you to be like, yeah, see, that didn't work, right? Appreciate what you do have, or something like that. You know, for some of you, that may be the case. And so I can definitely see you not really seeing what's right in front of you, feeling like it's all just burnt down to the ground and nothing's ever going to work out in your favor, you know? So you can definitely feel a lot of disappointment. You can feel like you've settled in some way. You can feel like, oh, I'm just going to go back to what was, or I'm going to go back to who I was, or I'm going to go back to that old job, or, you know, because you're going to feel like this is just disappointing. Why did I do this? So I think you're going to have more questions than answers with option A. Okay. Well, I like option B for the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands can definitely represent some kind of like competition that you actually win. Okay. It's something that can be very fortuitous for you. So if there's some kind of competition in regards to a job or some kind of position, I see you getting it. Do I think that it's going to come with some maintenance? Yes. It's going to be something that you're going to need to maintain. So there's going to be some kind of success, or it might be success that you've already had in regards to this direction, but then it's saying like, okay, but can you keep it? Can you maintain this level of success? Can you build on it? You know, can you be consistent with whatever this is, whether it's towards a person, a job, a maintenance of a house, whatever it may be. But it's also saying that this could create some jealousy within other people towards what you have. The Hermit in reverse. Well, the Hermit in reverse can represent after a time of kind of being alone or being in the background or doing things by yourself. Now you're kind of coming out and you're like, this is who I am. So I like this because it shows me that after some time of like kind of being in the dark or having this dark night of the soul period in your life, I can see you kind of coming out of the woodworks and being like, all right, you know what? I'm ready. And actually winning at something, actually being able to maintain your sense of self or whatever it is that you've been building and getting recognition for. Page of Swords, you're definitely going to learn a lot here. You're going to learn a lot. There's going to be a lot of communication back and forth. This may be something with social media. This may be something with writing, communication, podcast, something, but there's definitely something to learn here. What needs to be considered is the High Priestess. Well, this can represent masculine and feminine energy. This can also represent listening to your intuition, and also it can represent your untapped or highest potential. What do you think that is, and do you actually think that you have reached it? A win-win outcome is forecast. House 3. So I said something about podcast learning or social media. It can be around content creation. Maybe you're learning or something in the neighborhood. Then we have physical and emotional healing. Well, it's saying that, okay, now some of you are going to be like, bitch, but you know, Mercury's going retrograde, right? And things can be kind of awkward there for you guys because that's your ruler. But with a win-win outcome is forecast, it's telling you that you can get on the same page with another person, or you can have it both ways, okay, for some of you. But it's saying that, is there a way that you can learn to talk or communicate, or is there a desire or a need, not a desire, a need to change the way that you're thinking in order to have this mutual win-win outcome? You know, is it that, you know, maybe you're wanting to move somewhere, but your partner doesn't want to move there? Is there an ability to compromise? Now, for others of you, this can be just about needing to have a very healing and emotional conversation and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and change the way that you think maybe, or the way that you're communicating in order to have understanding between you and another person. Okay. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violetaalexis.com. If you want to book a quick offline on the go, cheaper super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/violetaalexis. All that information can be found in the description box below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. If you guys feel like you need to pause this video real quick in order to figure out what your option A and your option B is, please feel free to do so. So let's go ahead and get started. So, Cancer, if you choose option A, you have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Yikes. Well, this can definitely feel like either something is moving too fast or something is moving too slow. And it really is going to depend on your situation, but it can feel like there's some kind of block happening. There's some kind of miscommunication. There's definitely some kind of delay. But this can also feel like, damn, something is really like bum rushing me a little bit. Something is happening really, really fast. And maybe it's making me a little uncomfortable. Am I being too quick on the draw? Am I being too slow? What's going on here? So we'll see. The Four of Wands, interesting. So I'm wondering here, maybe this will be an opportunity for marriage. This can be an opportunity for more stability potentially. It just might happen really fast and kind of out of nowhere where you're like, whoa, what the hell? So it can feel really fast, but it can also be something that's very freeing, something that's joyful, a reason to celebrate, having fun, breaking out of the norm. And the Four of Wands is bred from the Three of Wands. So this is when we have a plan and then we actually do something about that plan. And so it's like some plan that you may have in regards to option A. It's like taking that and like just kind of going for it. It can feel like a lot of it happens at once, but it can bring in some kind of stability. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this can bring in more money for some of you. Okay, if you're a feminine energy, this can bring in a lot more money. This can be like a self-owned business, self-starter business. This can also represent if it's something in regards to a relationship, something that's very stable, something that makes you feel very secure. This, and if you're a masculine, this can be somebody like maybe a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, can be any sign. This is a general reading, but it can be with somebody where it feels like it's happening really fast. But it ends up bringing you a lot of joy, and it's somebody that you can build with in some way. And for others of you, distance could be a problem, okay, if it's like a job or if it's a partner. If you choose option B, okay, well, the Three of Cups can definitely represent getting together, having a good time, friendship, community, things like that, being understood, feeling like you're being nurtured in some way. So it's just basically a good time. So I'm getting that on both of them. But then we have the Five of Pentacles. It might feel like something's missing, okay? You may feel like you're not enough within this group or within this friendship or coming together with this person. If this is some kind of reconciliation, you may be like, oh God, I feel like something's missing or this is kind of freaking me out, or you can take a financial hit from this as well. Okay, so be cautious with that. And then the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So you can definitely take a hit or a loss in some way financially. Okay. It can also feel like something is not equal, or once again, like something is not it doesn't give back, or you're being taken advantage of in some way, or maybe you end up taking advantage of somebody else, but it feels like you're kind of being emotionally robbed in some way. What you need to consider is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Well, it can be asking you, which one of these opportunities is the most stable? Which one makes the most sense? Is this something that you can grow with? Is this something that you can realistically do? And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse can be like, hey, do you need to give this up? Or is it that you need to choose something quickly so you don't actually miss an opportunity that could be really good for you? The end of a tough cycle approaches. Then you have the Sun. Then you have perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. So you may be making something more than what it actually is. It could be around your ego. It could be a lack of optimism. I'm not really sure, but it may be asking you to be a little bit more optimistic about something. That doesn't mean that you can't be realistic about it. It's actually asking you to do that, but it's also asking you to pair that with a little bit of optimism, because I think that can go a long way. And I think with that, that's when the end of that tough cycle is going to approach, whatever that may mean for you. Okay. So thank you so much, Cancer. I hope that helped. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.violetaalexis.com. If you don't want to do that, you want to get something a little bit quicker, you want to get like an offline on-the-go super chat question, you can do so at hipsy.com/violetaalexis. You can find all of that information in the description box below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter replacements. Welcome. If you guys need to pause this video really quick to figure out which option A is for you and which option B is for you, please feel free to do that. So if you choose option A, we have the Five of Cups. You might regret it, You might regret it. You might kind of feel sad and be like, damn, did I make the wrong decision? Now there's a silver lining to this, but you may be having a hard time seeing it if you choose option A. So it's saying that there's something to be worked with, but if you keep looking back at what didn't work, then you're never going to be able to see what can work, if that makes sense. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like you're too focused on something over here when the 10 of Pentacles is right in front of you with option A. So this can be something that has a lot like longevity, something that is like what is it called? The legacy that you leave behind, something that is established, something that can bring in some money, something that is stable and something that makes sense. It's like the 10 of Pentacles is what you deem as the ultimate happiness. So with this option, you can be balling out of control. You could feel like you're in the best relationship of your life. Then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. This may ask you to kind of go with the flow, though, you know, because you may be feeling like you need to control this or control something within this because you keep focusing on what didn't work. But it's going to kind of force you to just kind of let go and follow somebody else's lead potentially, which could be a little bit triggering for you, okay? Especially my Leos. King of Wands. I really like this. So this can be you, okay? So Leo, if you're a masculine energy, this can be what you become with option B or what is encouraged within you with option B. So this can be entrepreneurship, a level of confidence, being a leader within your own right, and it's going to give you the opportunity to be able to flex that masculine muscle, if that makes sense. So definitely taking the lead in a situation. 10 of Cups in reverse, though, it's like it may be something that feeds your level of confidence, but with the 10 of Cups in reverse, that's really interesting. 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups in reverse. The 10 of Cups in reverse can represent like not feeling emotionally fulfilled 100%. The King of Wands is like, oh yeah, this is sexy, or this is great, this makes me feel like a man, or whatever the case is. I feel like I'm taking the lead here. But the 10 of Cups in reverse is, I don't feel emotionally fulfilled. I don't feel like I'm getting my emotional needs met here. Damn. If you are a feminine energy, okay, you may end up with somebody that is a little beneath your post, okay? This can be somebody who still shows up. The sex may be good. Somebody may get pregnant here. But it looks like the feminine to me is very focused on self. You see how she is facing this way? And then the King of Wands is also facing her. But that 10 of Cups in reverse is showing me there's a disconnect in emotions. And it may be because the Empress is so focused on self and taking care of herself, and she's just the creme de la creme, right? And there's nothing wrong with the King of Wands, but you got to think, right? What does an Empress need? She needs an Emperor, right? So that may be where the lack of emotional stability is coming from. The Justice is what you need to consider when making this decision. What is going to be the most balanced? What is the right decision for you? What is the right decision, or what is the right decision for you and another person that's important to you? This is about making the honorable choice, making the right choice, and making sure that it's not something that is not reciprocal. So surrender to the divine. Damn, Jupiter. And hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. Well, Jupiter can also be about wisdom, you know, and Jupiter is kind of like a happy go lucky kind of planet, right? He brings in a lot of benefic energy and also brings in a lot of lessons as well, you know, but they're really positive lessons. And I think that it's asking you to just go with the flow of something, leave it up to God, leave it up to the universe, and understand that you can only control what you're doing and what is within you. You can't control what the world has planned, what everybody else is doing. And so it's saying that there's something that you may have lost at some point that you're getting ready to gain back, but you're needing to look at the higher perspective. And it can be some serious wisdom that comes in at this time after you do make this decision, okay? For better, for worse. So thank you so much, Leo. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. If you just want to book a quick offline on the go super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below. I'll talk to you guys soon, and bye for now. Hey Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Welcome to your reading. Real quick, if you feel like you need to pause the video to figure out which option A and which option B is for you specifically, please feel free to do so. So if you choose option A, we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Well, the Ace of Cups in reverse can be something that can be quite draining. It can get you to the point where you're like, God, I just cannot give to this anymore. I have nothing left to give. I have nothing left to give in me. Nothing is there. Not a crumb, not a crevice, nothing. So I really want you to be careful with option A, because it can feel like the blood is just drained from your body. You know, the oxygen is just drained from your lungs, and you may get to a point where you feel like you have nothing left to give. It can also be something in your life or someone in your life or whatever this is that is causing some kind of creative blocks, okay, for you. So, you know, if you've been trying to write a screenplay or something and you keep associating with these people that are out drinking all the time and it's draining you to death and then you never get the screenplay done, that can be it as well. And then we have the devil in reverse. So there will be essentially an awareness of whatever this is. So you know, at least you'll be able to acknowledge it. So I think that if you keep giving to option A, it's like, okay, this is not good for me. This doesn't feel good. And it will make you like, it will turn on a light switch for you and it will cause some kind of change within your life about who you're giving your energy to, what you're giving your energy to, and how you're receiving others or whatever this is, because it doesn't seem like it's very healthy. Queen of Swords in reverse. It's going to cause a lot of disrupts. It's going to cause a lot of emotional outbursts. It's going to cause a lot of stressors and overthinking and things like that, and possibly failed relationships in some way. Option B. So if you choose option B, it can be like more of the safer choice. It can feel safer. You know, it can be something more stable, but it doesn't feel as fun. It feels kind of like wah wah wah, you know, like I don't want to take too much of a chance, or it's like you're not all in. You're just kind of staying in the comfort zone with whatever this is. Okay, this is comfortable. Great. I'm going to stay right here. You know, like that's kind of the energy with it. Page of Cups in reverse. It's like not feeling very vulnerable, not feeling like, you know, the Page of Cups in the upright is really fun and like flirts and did it. This is like, wah, wah, wah. Once again, it's where's the love, where's the excitement, where's the passion, where's the, you know, so the Page of Cups in reverse can kind of just represent you not feeling like you can express yourself emotionally, or feeling like somebody else is just kind of a stick in the mud a little bit, or the job is a stick in the mud. You know, maybe it doesn't allow you room for creativity. What I will say is this can be something that gives you a perspective on what actually is important to you, or it gives you a perspective on what you want in a relationship, or what you need to thrive at a job, whatever it may be. So you'll get a perspective, because I think that option B is not going to be something that you want. And you're going to be like, okay, maybe I didn't actually want this, you know? So I think that it'll give you a chance to kind of heal and like let go, you know, like kind of let go of control a little bit. So both options look a little shady to me, if I'm going to be honest. The Seven of Cups for something that you need to consider. This is asking you, you know, are you being realistic about something? Do you need a reality check? Have you already gotten a reality check and you're ignoring it? This can also be maybe for some of you where you're being too realistic to the point where it's like, oh God, you know, a little bit of fantasy is important, right? That's why we don't like Neptune to go retrograde all the time. Neptune, like Neptune is retrograde right now, but Neptune in a direct motion is like, oh, you know, things feel a little bit nicer. We see things through rose colored glasses. So sometimes it's like, do you need to kind of just chill out a little bit and have some fantasy, you know? Be a little bit more fantastical about it, you know? So obviously you guys are going to know which one is for you. Confidence is your key to success. Sagittarius. Well, to be honest, I think Sages are more confident than Leos sometimes, because they can be quite delusional. You know, that's why a lot of them are famous, but it's only delusion until you make it a reality, right? Then we have baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So it's saying, hey, guess what? You already have the answer, and you may not be confident enough to make the decision yet, but it's telling you that be confident in regards to what your intuition is telling you, and be ready for adventure, be ready to explore, look at the big picture of something, okay? So thank you so much, Virgo. I really appreciate it. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.violetaalexis.com. If you want to book a quick offline on the go super chat and something that's a little bit cheaper, you can do so at hipsy.com/violetaalexis. All that information can be found in the description box below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hey Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. Welcome to your reading. If you feel like you need to pause the video for a second just to be able to figure out what these two decisions are that you have in your head, so that way you can better follow the reading, please feel free to do so. So if you choose option A, what is that going to bring you? Maybe a little bit of frustration. it can bring you some frustration, option A. It can feel like what you set out to receive, you didn't receive, you didn't get. You can definitely feel like a little bit of a lack of confidence. You can feel like you're just waiting too long for whatever this thing is to be able to see it come to fruition in some way. So it can be very frustrating for you more than anything. It can feel like you keep trying to go for something and you just feel like you're hitting a brick wall, okay? So I don't know if that's a person, a job. Nine of Swords, it seems like it's going to bring you a lot of stress and worry. You know, there's already frustration about what you're not receiving or what you're not getting or not being able to get through to a person or not being able to receive the income that you want or whatever. So that's going to stress you out more. So on top of like the physical frustration that you're feeling, it's also going to cause a lot of mental stress as well. I think it'll make you stronger. You know, I think you'll become stronger. And I mean, you know, a lot of the times when we're going through something like that, we're going through something that causes hardship. It almost always builds strength, either that or it breaks us, right? So it's really depending upon you. But I think that this one will bring some kind of strength. This can also kind of teach you like a lesson about what you're actually passionate about, what your heart truly wants, and when you need to hold back and when you actually need to go for something. So it can be like a lesson of resistance of some sort, or you can be met with resistance. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse for option B. So, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you can feel like you wasted your time. You really didn't get a return on your investment. This is kind of reminding me of option A, if I'm being totally honest. You can start to lose your patience. Someone can lose their patience with you. You can lose your patience with the job, with the house, whatever it is. And you can feel like you're basically putting a bunch of either energy, money, or love into something that is just a bottomless pit and essentially goes nowhere. So it can feel like something that you put energy into doesn't go anywhere. Be careful with option B. For some reason, it says you might lose a lot of money. Okay. You can be feeling the need to kind of prove yourself in some way when you don't really have something to prove with. Does that make sense? It makes sense because it's something that kind of falls through and doesn't really work out in your favor financially. This can all, if this is about a person, this can actually be this person where this individual is not who they say they are, or they act like they have more money than they actually do, or something like that. The Three of Pentacles. This is a lot of like money energy. I think at the end of the day, there's also something to be learned here. This can be that you're teaching someone something or someone is teaching you something. Now, despite all of this energy, you may be able to get on the same page about something with someone else. So, if this is about some kind of investment that didn't really follow through, like for instance, let's say that you've been wanting to invest in something, right? And option B, this person is like, oh, yeah, you know, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be all that and a bag of chips. And then you kind of start to realize as time goes on, this is a bad investment. And then you're able to kind of talk to that person, get on the same page. Hey, this isn't going to work, but let's see what will. Let's change it up a little bit, right? And it doesn't have to be about that. Apply it as you may. Something to consider. Oof, King of Pentacles in reverse. It may be asking you, are you stable enough to make this decision financially or otherwise? You know, are you at a level of comfort? Are you taking initiative when it comes to your own financial life or when it comes to relationships? You know, and it can also ask you, are you actually in a place to be making these decisions? And if this is not you, this may be telling you that this is a person you're dealing with where this person doesn't have it like that. And you're going to have to bust your ass just to get like a crumb, you know? Nothing will come of this situation. House 5 and soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. Okay. So it's all fun and games until it's not, right? So it may be saying that something is not really going to turn out in the way that you'd like. Okay. And it can be all fun. It can be passionate. It can be exciting. It can be creative. It can be whatever. But it's saying that there's more to something, or you need to make more of something than what it is. And what I mean by that is like if you haven't really been taking like a business seriously or a project seriously or yourself seriously, it doesn't mean you have to take yourself seriously all the time, but it's telling you to take whatever that is that you've been thinking about or working on and step it up in a way, whether it's a standard that you have for yourself or whether it's the business or the creative project or whatever it may be. Okay. So thank you so much, Libra. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.violettaalexis.com. If you don't want a full-blown personal read and you just want a quick offline on-the-go super chat question, you can go ahead and book with me at hipsy.com/ViolettaAlexis. You can find all of that information in the description box below. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hey Scorpio, how are you guys doing? Welcome. If you need to pause the video real quick to figure out kind of which options, the two options that you have to choose from in your head, please feel free to pause the video and take some time to do that. So if you choose option A, the Knight of Cups, I really like this. So, you know, like for instance, if this is about a person, I can definitely see this person really showing you a good time. I can see them being very vulnerable with you, bringing that out of you as well, wooing you, you know, kind of sweeping you off your feet a little bit. That can definitely be the Knight of Cups. If this is something about like more creative or something like that, I can see that your heart will really be in whatever this is. So it's going to make you want to take action. It's going to make you feel at home. It's going to make you feel like it's something that resonates with you and your overall heart space in general. Queen of Wands, love this. This is like a sense of ultimate confidence, not caring what other people think, totally being in this position of leadership. And not only that, not only is it backed by passion, but it's also backed by your heart space and something that feels good to you, something that is very motivating to you in a way. This can be like a level of performance in some way, or a chance for you to be able to show off or showcase your talent in some way, or to be able to really show somebody or something or some kind of job or whatever what it is that you're actually made of. So I think that this opportunity or this option A is going to give you a chance to kind of shine a little bit. Yeah, damn, 9 of Wands, you know, making it to the top. There's something here that's very individualistic about this. There's something that's a very leader coded about this. So I think with the 9 of Wands there, it's like you're standing on this hill that you kind of took a long time to get towards. And it's this energy of having these boundaries, having this level of self-confidence. For others of you, if this is about a person, like if you're a masculine interested in feminine energy, I can see this person being receptive to you, but also somebody who has very strong boundaries, but is also very sexually attracted to you as well. Option B, whoo, 6 of Wands. Maybe a little bit of fame, a lot of attention, some kind of recognition, adoration, admiration from a group of people, from people in general. And this can be after a time of like being conflicted or kind of brainstorming a little bit, trying to get down to the nitty gritty of something, trying to succeed at something. And so after a long, tired period of trying to succeed, you finally get it with that 6 of Wands. King of Swords in reverse, five, then there's the 5 of Wands. Oh no. So I think that there may be something happening here that may be quite dramatic. Okay. You can feel like you're being gaslit in some way. I think whatever this is, it seems like it's some kind of drama that has a level of like untruths connected to it, or somebody's trying to stir up drama because they're bored with their lives, or, you know, this can be some manipulation in some way, some kind of mental manipulation in order to get some kind of friction happening between you and another person. But the 6 of Wands makes me feel like you kind of come out victorious in some way with option B. So I think I think option B, you know, A looks better, but it also depends on what your goals are, right? The 2 of Swords for what you need to consider. So it's really asking you, you know, what is best for you and someone else, okay? Because this can be Moon and Libra. So it can be like, when it comes to you and somebody else, what is truly important? Or this can talk about, you don't need to avoid this anymore. This is something that needs to be decided upon sooner than later. Okay. So it's not about, it's almost like sometimes this can talk about somebody who's blinding themselves to the reality of something, or trying not to look at it, trying to avoid it. And it's like, no, you just need to make a decision. A new start is coming. Trine. Ooh. And star bathing, light body, crystal grid, transmission, activation. So I really like this. I definitely think that there's something here that can just kind of fall in your lap when it comes to making a decision with something. I see some kind of new beginning that can be very fortuitous for you, something that can be very positive. It may be telling you to listen to your body specifically. So I know for me, like I'm a Taurus rising, so, and a Taurus moon. So I always try to listen to what my body is telling me, because my body is never going to lie to me. Okay. I know know that before going into a situation, if I'm like feeling anxious or something doesn't feel right in my body and my chest and just my whole body, I know that it's probably not going to be good for me. And that has been true almost 100% of the time. So it may be asking you to listen to that part of yourself. Thank you so much, Scorpio. I really appreciate it. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. If you would like to book a quick online, offline on the go super chat, please feel free to do so at hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis. You can find all of that information in the description box below. Thanks a lot, Scorp, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. So if you guys need to pause it for a second to think about your option A and option B, just so you can manifest it into the reading, please feel free to do so. So with option A, what will you get? You got the Page of Wands in reverse. This can kind of feel like a late start. Well, maybe, but this can feel like a false start a little bit. This can also feel like you're kind of losing your sense of confidence, or you're not really certain about something. If this is about a person, there can be some immaturity. There can be some manipulation as well. Somebody trying to egg you on, maybe even somebody being a little bit passive aggressive, a little nice nasty, as well. But it can also represent some bad news as well. The Temperance energy here. Well, I like that the Temperance energy is here. So it may feel like a false start or whatever, or there may be some bad news or something like that, or something doesn't work in the way that you want it to, or there's that lack of confidence. But at the end of the day, it tells me with that Temperance there, it's going to bring some kind of balance into your life, whether you believe that or not at first. So at first it can feel like a little like, I don't know, like something feels funny here, something feels weird here. And then the Temperance coming in is like, oh, I see why that happened, or this is the lesson, or this actually brought me some kind of balance into my life. So let's say, for instance, right, the best way I can explain this, let's say for instance that you get a job, right, and then there's like some coworkers that are kind of like talking crap about you, and they're being a little shady, and you're like, what the hell? And then you think about like, maybe I don't want to be here, right? But then you end up making like lots of money, or your boss ends up recommending you to the higher ups, or you know what I'm saying? So it can also be something where you feel like you're not super motivated by it, but once you actually do it, you're like, "Oh my god, this is actually an enjoyment in my life." Okay? You can also learn a lot as well. It could definitely be something that's very unconventional, okay? It could be something that's a little off the cuff, a little unconventional. You're like, "I don't know if this is." Be careful of like morals, okay? Make sure you're not doing anything that's like gonna make you question your morals. So it's giving me a very much like a religious or a spiritual vibe to this, with that Temperance and that Hierophant in reverse here. It's gonna be something that gives you maybe a balanced perspective, but you're gonna be like, hold on, like something's kind of funky here, you know? So option B, the Chariot, major victory, fast forward movement, going for it, emotionally driven towards what this is. It can be something that ends up moving really, really fast. And damn, the Star, hitting your dreams, your goals. There's a lot of hope with this. There's your aspirations, having a victory in your aspirations, going towards this, which is going to bring you more hope in your life, and a lot more confidence as well. Damn, Chariot and the Star, the Sun in reverse. So it seems like there might be a little lack of confidence going after this thing, or a little bit of, wait, oh my God, but you're still optimistic about whatever it is. So it's like you're still keeping an optimistic growth. You're still keeping an optimistic mind frame in regards to whatever this is, but it definitely is about this. Option B is going to take courage. It's going to take courage, and it's going to take belief. It's going to take faith. It's going to take hope. So as long as you're holding on to those instead of solely just relying on your own level of confidence, I think that you'll be good to go. Something you need to consider is the Ace of Swords in reverse. Do you have enough information to make an informed decision, or are there some questions that you need to ask? Is if this is about people, if this is about two options in regards to people, who's told the most lies, right, between the two? Or, do you feel like somebody's kind of shady? Do you feel like somebody's kind of passive aggressive? Do you feel like you're not getting the whole truth, right? So something to kind of consider. We got luck is on your side. House 1, And I remember. Okay, so soul plan. So it's trying to tell you that when it comes to you and what you want and what you want to go after, you already got it in the bag. Don't worry about it. This is the whole plan that your soul has had since you were born and before you were born. So it's trying to tell you, like, either way, you're gonna get to where you need to go. It's just telling you to trust in God or trust in the universe or whatever it is that you believe in. But I think you got some luck on your side. Thanks a lot. If you guys want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. If you want to book a quick offline on the go super chat, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below. Thanks a lot, Sag, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Capricorn. How are you? If you need to pause it really quick to think about the options, the two options that you have available to you, please feel free to do so. So, we have here, if you choose option A, it's going to be a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a lot of work. I think it's something that you can handle. I think it's something that's going to allow you to reach some kind of level of completion in your life, whether that's just some form of mental evolution, emotional, whether that's actually physical work. Like I said, it's going to be a lot, but it is something that you can handle. But there is going to be a lot of responsibility attached to whatever option A is. So keep that in mind. I like it. Two of Wands. It means that you're coming up with a plan, you have a plan, and doing something out of your comfort zone. There's two energies of fire here, right? The Wands are fire. It's about passion. It's about initiation. It's about going for it, doing it, right? Doing the thing. And so I think it's probably something you're going to be passionate about. And I also think that completion is going to lead to another option in life. So whether this is like, okay, I'm really going to do the work on this relationship and I'm going to take the responsibility and take accountability and da 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 da, and then it's going to lead to you guys moving in together, and that's like something that you would never normally do. Or, maybe it's that you take on the job, you take on the project, and then you complete it, and they're like, hey, we want you to, also do this, or we want to promote you, or whatever it is. So it's going to be more responsibility, but it's going to bring a sense of evolution. Ten of Swords in reverse. This is like you're able to kind of overcome something from the past where it almost feels like a redemption story in a way, like almost like the sense of you redeeming yourself in some way or gaining some kind of power back as well. So if you feel like you've been stripped of some kind of power, or you feel like you really were betrayed, or you really just like things were just really heavy or whatever, I think that this is going to be a time where you can kind of redeem yourself or gain your power back in some way. Option B is the Fool in reverse. Well, I feel like I need to pull another card for that. Okay, the Fool in reverse, the Ace of Wands. Well, impulsiveness can sometimes be a good thing. I think with option B, it can be that there's this level of well, you know what? I'm just not going to care what anybody else thinks, and I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do the thing. And here's the fire energy again. So I think that this is passionate as well. And I think what's also interesting is that because option A has a 10 of Wands and this has an Ace of Wands, I feel like option B gives you an opportunity to finish something, complete something, and get out of your comfort zone and evolve. And I feel like this is more of like, I want to say an independent approach or a start to something new as opposed to a completion of something old, if that makes sense. The Queen of Cups in reverse. I don't like that too much. I really want to say be cautious. So if this is like for instance, if this is a person that you're choosing, this person can end up doing something that's very impulsive that causes you a lot of trust issues. Okay, just putting that out there. If this is something else entirely, this can be an energy of where this kind of drains you emotionally somehow, or you may be very passionate about something, but then that kind of dies out a little bit. You could be like, oh, I'm really inspired by this, but you're afraid to take a leap because you don't totally trust it. And then you realize, wow, I was right. I couldn't actually trust this. So it kind of feels like option A is the better option. What you need to consider is the King of Cups. This is about making mature, level-headed decisions. This is also about not being emotionally immature. This is about minding your P's and Q's, and it could also be saying that you need to consider a specific masculine figure in your life when making these decisions or making this decision. So yeah. Look at the bigger picture, sextile, and Star Brothers, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. So It's telling you when making this decision, you're going to want to take a look at the bigger picture of whatever it is that you're doing instead of like zoning in on the minor little details that aren't necessarily going to mean anything. There's a huge opportunity to either build trust, create trust, have some loyalty within some kind of dynamic, but getting bogged down in the details can really rob you of that. Okay. So thank you so much, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violettalexis.com. If you don't want to get a full-blown personal reading, you just want something quick and easy and cheaper, you can visit hipsy.com/Violetta Alexis and order an offline super chat there. All of that. Oh my God. Why is my phone just making a lot of noise while I'm doing your reading? Okay, so thank you guys so much. All of that information can be found in the description box below. Have a good one, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hello, Aquarius. If you need to go ahead and pause real quick to think of what option A and option B means to you, go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and get started with option A. So if you choose option A, it seems like it's up to par in regards to what your standard is. It seems like it's going to take some work, but the work is probably going to be worth it. It's going to likely lead to a better sense of independence, or eventually it's going to lead to you being able to work smarter instead of harder, or it's going to lead to more self-worth and self-value. The Eight of Pentacles can also represent mastery of oneself. So there can be a lot that you learn throughout choosing option A. The World in reverse. Interesting. Makes me feel like with option A, there's something that you'll end up working on throughout this decision where it helps you kind of clear up some kind of unfinished business, or you're able to bring something back from the past that had not been completed, whether this was a soul lesson, whether was some kind of actual like physical in the real world teaching, like maybe you wanted to learn something a long time ago, and then this decision A allows you to bring that back up and actually learn it, and it gives you the opportunity to master what this is. Oof. Then the Emperor. Damn, I'm not gonna lie. Option A looks delicious, just because it makes me feel like whatever it is that you end up working on is not only up to your standard, but it helps you also tie up some loose ends, which eventually leads you into a position of power and authority. So, the emperor can be about, the CEO, the boss, right? The head honcho in some kind of way. And so I feel like option A somehow allows you to get to that point of your life. Option B is the magician. Damn, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty good too. So the magician here for option B, this may give you a chance to actually call in what it is that you've manifested, or it's going to give you the tools that you need in order to bring something to the table that you have access to. So what I mean about that is like maybe you are a really great graphic designer, and you end up getting a job that's like, hey, like we really need somebody to make thumbnails for us or design t-shirts for us or whatever, and it allows you to take your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities and bring it to the next level. Okay. This can also be a decision that leads to more confidence as well, and confidence in your abilities. So if it's a person, maybe this person really encourages you to take a class in regards to some kind of talent, gift, or skill or ability that you have, and then you end up actually getting better than you were before at whatever it is. Nine of Cups. Damn. This is like a sense of contentment, feeling good, feeling settled within self, allowing yourself to be creative once again. This is like a sense of contentment. This is like, you know what? This really checks off the boxes for me. So I like that as well. Ugh. And then the Three of Swords happens. Well, can you tell me why? The Eight of Swords in reverse. So it can be a point where it's a place of contentment, where you're content, you're able to manifest the thing that you want, you kind of fish your wish, but then it leads to some heartache for some reason. It can be because somebody takes too long to decide something or choose something. Somebody stays stuck for a really long time. The job ends up picking somebody else over time or something like that. Oh my God, my freaking phone is ringing and I don't know where the hell it is. So let's see what you need to consider when making this decision. The moon. This is not the time to be afraid. This is not the time to not trust yourself. This is not the time to hide behind your mom's skirts and not make a decision. This is the time to really listen to what your internal dialogue is telling you, but when it comes to your intuition. So listen to your sense of intuition, listen to your emotions, and I think that's really going to help you out here. Show the world the real you. So this is about like what's authentic to you, what's truly authentic to you, what standard have you set for yourself and others around you. Cosmic ancestor, see the light by staying grounded. So this is all about being authentic and being honest with yourself. Being honest with yourself about what is actually true to you, what's going to stand the test of time, what's going to bring you that sense of longevity and what actually adheres to your standard. Okay, devil's in the details is what I want to say. So thank you so much, Aquarius. I hope that you'll like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at violetaalexis.com. And if you don't want to do a full-blown reading and you just want to do something a little bit shorter, a little bit cheaper, you can do that too at hipsy.com/violetaalexis. You can find all of that information in the description box below. Bye for now. Hey Pisces, if you need to pause real quick to give yourself some time to think about which options that you have in your head, please feel free to do so. Please just pause it and then give yourself some time. So pretty sure I just repeated myself. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at option B first and what would happen. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. So if you choose option B, it might get to a point where it's something that you feel like you really can't handle, or it's something that you feel like you don't really have a lot of clarity on. It may be that you're biting off more than you can chew. It can also be that you can't really juggle this option or juggle whatever this decision is because of other priorities or things going on in your life that may even prioritize over this one, or vice versa. This can also represent a lot of confusion. Did I make the right decision? You can feel a little flip-floppy once you do decide on whatever option A may be. And then we have the Six of Cups in reverse. Ugh. If this is specifically about like a job or a person, you may feel like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right job for me. I feel like this is beneath my pay grade, or I feel like this person hasn't really let go of an ex, or I feel like this is something that isn't really evolved in the way that I am evolved. You can also feel like this isn't something that's going to benefit you. And I say that because the Six of Cups in reverse, the Six of Cups in the upright can represent a gift from God. The Six of Cups in reverse makes me wonder if you're feeling like, oh God, should I have chosen this? This doesn't feel like it benefits me. This doesn't feel positive to me. There can be some kind of like secrets that kind of come out, or you can start seeing kind of the hidden or the things behind the mask, so to speak, in regards to whatever option A is. Yeah, see, Seven of Swords, told you. Then you have the Seven of Swords. So it's kind of like what I just said. And you might feel a little on edge with this decision. You may feel like you have to keep things quiet, or you may feel like you have to hide certain things, or even if this is like a job and you feel as though you have to tiptoe around coworkers or around a boss. It can definitely feel this way. Now for option B, what would happen? Two of Cups in reverse. Well, not that much better. So I think it's kind of interesting that you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse for option A, and then you have the Two of Cups in reverse for option B. So it seems like the decision that you made, regardless of either one, it seems like it's not one, which is option A, seems like it's too much to handle, and then option B feels like this isn't really gelling, or there's something that doesn't really resonate with my soul in regards to option B. I feel a disconnect from self. I feel a disconnect from person. I feel a disconnect. Like if you're dating a person, if this is a person, you can be like, God, I feel like they're disconnecting me from my purpose, or I feel like I'm not really being understood. You can feel misunderstood with whatever option B is. The Death card. I feel like option B doesn't work out. Okay. If I'm going to be totally honest with you, it seems like that's kind of done. But what it does do is it changes you. It forces some kind of internal and external change within you, and it seems like some kind of evolution takes place because of it. The Knight of Wands, it seems to ignite some kind of passion, essentially. So something evolves, And because something evolves within, it seems like you know where to go next. So option B makes me feel like it doesn't work out, but because that doesn't work out, it causes you to go after something that's more passionate or that you're more passionate about. Something that you need to consider. Well, does it align with your morals, your values, your fundamental values when it comes to life and how you operate and maneuver through life? What's important to you? And it's saying that there may be a person specifically that you need to consider when making this decision. It's telling you that there's a higher perspective here or a higher self decision that you're needing to make, and only you can know what that is. Don't let pride get in your way. Earth and whale and orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, and diving deep. That's so interesting because you have fire, earth, and water here. It says don't let pride get in your way. So there may be a decision that you're having a hard time making because of pride, or you may choose something or someone because of pride. It's asking you not to take that route. It's asking you to take a more grounded approach. What is truly, once again, earth fundamental to you? What means something to you? What's important to you? It's about that level of depth, okay, that you're needing to make a decision around, okay? So thank you so much, Pisces. If you want to book a personal reading, you can do so at violettaalexis.com. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.